What's going on? Shango Ray, aka Real Deal Ray, the narcotic in human form. Yeah. One thing that I've been watching a lot of videos on, just different things like the Mandela effect and like the butterfly effect, only because I do find them interesting. There's a reason why I'm bringing it up to you, but for those of you who don't know what the butterfly effect is, it can best be described in one adage. And that's, of course, when the butterfly flaps his wings, it somehow through a series of events causes a hurricane, right? Or a typhoon or whatever. But one of the biggest, not biggest, but one of the examples that I like to use is President Kennedy, right? Most of you know who President Kennedy is. He got his melon popped on one fateful day in Texas on Elm Street. But there was something else that contributed to his death that day. And that happened years and years prior. One day, I think he was like a teenager or some shit. I'm not quite sure, but he decided to go play football. And he got his ass handed to him. He fucked up his back. So he had to wear one of them fucking plastic joints that go all around. It's like a male, it's like a girdle, but a plastic back brace. And your mobility is severely, you can't like really, you can't move like you in a lot of different ways, you know? So on that day, when they started shooting at his ass, the first shot fires. And he gets hit. But he gets hit in a way where he would have lived off of this one. But he had that back brace on and he couldn't lean over. He couldn't grab his wife and like lean over and duck into the car and increase his chance of surviving that assassination attempt. But if you were to back up from the whole picture, then you would see that that's just a small series, a small sequence of a larger sequence. Because one could easily, now, you know how when you back up from the picture, now you see more elements of the picture. Oh shit, I didn't see this part over here. Now it changes the whole story. Because there was tons of little, even tiny events that led up to his decision to play football. You take out any one of them, you're talking about a different story. It'd be a different program, right? So why am I bringing this shit up? Think of magic spells as programming. Now, I'm not a programmer, but like I said, any one of these occurrences which cause this domino or butterfly effect was changed or altered, it would alter the whole thing. Just like one number can fuck up a whole page of programming. I'm willing to bet, right? All you programmers, if there's a programmer, a space in the wrong place, and now the whole shit's fucked up. Well, this is why I'm bringing it up. In a few days, we're going to bring back the tandem manifestation spell for just like a few people, but we are doing extremely well with those, and it's a good way to connect with you, the client, about what it is that you want to, which dominoes you want to start to lay down now so you get that result. But it brought up something to me about patience, right? Because we're all guilty of, when you do magic especially, you have this expectation of how fast you think something should happen, right? It's almost unconscious. And your time and Magic's time are not the same fucking time. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the same time. And I have noticed, and I've noticed it even with myself. I've been guilty of this shit. I ain't gonna try it front. But like if something doesn't happen within a certain amount of time, you already, like, you count it as a failure, or you count it as it ain't gonna work, or it didn't work. Now I get it, some particular situations may have a time frame, such as like a court case or something like that. This thing gets stuck. Anyways, what if it takes 7 months? What if it takes a year? What if it takes like a year, but it happens? Is that a failure? Because remember, all them dominoes, they keep falling. Like once you start that shit, I don't think you can stop it. Can you change it? Can you alter it? But I'm saying that because I've noticed that though. Most people, it's rare that you meet someone who's like consistent or persistent, like insistent on, yo, this is what it's gonna be. And they make that shit so. You know, that sheer will, like it activates a whole lot of, it has its own butterfly effects, if you will. So just have a fucking little bit of patience, okay? It's not going to happen on your time. Yeah, it may happen fast. But I'm just saying, what if it happened a year from now? How many times along that whole year-long gestation period did you doubt the shit? Did you get frustrated? Did you give up? How many times? I think that makes a difference. But my point is this: get some perspective on the situation, okay? Back up so you see the other pieces or the other things that you didn't see before. But most of all, you gotta have patience, and it doesn't matter where you turn. Even if you read like Neville or whoever, they're always talking about, you know, loyalty to the unseen, being faithful to that. Though your eyes don't see it and your hands can't touch it. You can't breathe it. You can't taste it. But to them go the fucking spoils.